Hey y'all, welcome to Booked and Unfiltered.
Where book talk gets real, loud, and totally unhinged.
We're talking about the books that we love.
And saying all the things that your book club won't.
I'm Gloria.
And I'm Maddie.
Let's get booked and unfiltered.
Woo! All right.
I'm pretty sure I said talked and not dive.
Yeah, you did, but do you want to re-record it?
So well.
We
No,
got
no.
storage.
Let it go.
All right.
Let it just go.
Let
We'll
it
just
go.
keep this. Yeah, let it go. Y'all get a little
All
blooper
right.
inside this. Well,
So,
welcome to
episode
episode 2
2.
of Booked and Unfiltered. Yes.
Super
Let's
excited to be back.
go.
Excited to re-record this because we had a little hiccup last week, and then Gloria and I were both busy on the complete opposite days. So here we are, re-recording episode 2,
Hey.
coming to you probably a day or two
Hey,
late,
it's
but that's all
okay.
right. It's fine.
Hey, yeah. Hey, we
Um,
didn't put out when we were doing episodes, so we're just getting into the swing of things, and then maybe we can
exactly.
get down to a certain day every week.
We're
We'll
getting
just
our
dive
foot
into
our
that.
foot in the water. Our toe is in the water with podcasting, but we're about to
Yes.
dive in
Yes.
head first.
Yes, we're also hoping that
But
this is going to be available on Apple Podcasts because I know a lot of people have been asking me, where can you listen to this at?
yes.
So we are working on that to expand where you can find us and making it easier.
Yeah, we're already on Spotify and YouTube. We're working on Apple Podcasts now. If there's anywhere else where you're like, I need you to be on here, send us a message. We would love to know and try to make it happen because we want to make this accessible for everyone. So, yeah,
Yes.
we're working on
Yes.
it. Week 2, episode 2, we are diving into how we got on Bookstagram and the bookish community. So, I guess we'll get started. So, how we
Yeah,
got on
let's go.
Bookstagram, we'll just talk about what got us started and how long you've been on. Do you want to do the honors?
Yeah, I'll go first. That's cool.
All
That's
right.
cool. So, what got me into Bookstagram? I would say like just seeing like other Bookstagram accounts and just being like, "Hey, I want to do that. I want to yap online about some books." And I remember texting Maddie and I was like, "I'm going to do it." And I did it. And wow, what a year it has been. I've only been on Bookstagram for a year and it's insane how much my life has changed with it. I just cannot even. I'm doing a podcast about books right now. Like that's how
It's
far this
crazy.
bookish journey has became, and I've traveled across the United States so far. So it is surreal, and I'm so thankful for all the opportunities I've gotten, and just it's surreal. I love it. I love it.
I know. Who would have thought that a year ago we would be where we are right now making a podcast? I never thought
Yeah,
about it,
never.
but
It's never.
so you've been on for a little over a year now, right? March was your
Yeah, I
anniversary
hit
or your
a
bookstaversary.
yeah, like towards the end of March I hit a year, yeah.
So how's that been
It's
being
been
on for a
fun.
year now?
Going into year 2, anyone who kind of like follows me and knows I do have a pretty decent following, but I
Just
would say like
oh,
books
geez.
just a little bit. But I going into my year 2, I actually am struggling a little bit more than when I first started. I think that you can easily get burnt out a little bit trying to, and like Bookstagram, it changes once, or not Bookstagram, but like Instagram in general, posting online, posting content, all that changes. The algorithm changes, which you're probably gonna hear us talk about the algorithm a lot because that plays into making your content.
Damn algorithm.
And oh my god, and so like that can be a little like feeding, I guess. Like you can get in your
Mm.
head pretty easy. So sometimes I'm like, okay, I gotta step back. I gotta like just not get too caught up in it. And it's really easy to be addicted to your phone. I remember when I started my bookstore, I was on my phone all the time, posting 3 times a day, doing everything that everybody said. And I lucked out. I did do very well with some of the tips and tricks that people who tell you how to build a page up. I looked out and worked for me. But now I'm like, okay, I'm just trying to like get like maybe a couple more followers a day, and I'm constantly losing followers a day. So I'm just like in a dead spot right now, and I'm just like, okay, I can't look at it like that. I just need to let it play itself out and just find the whole reason why I started this book series, which is to yap about books. And so that's all. That's how it's kind
Yeah,
of going right now.
I feel that. I feel that. What got you started?
Okay.
Unless you just feel like you said everything. that you needed to say?
I think I said everything that I needed to say, to be honest. So yeah, that's what it's like been like for me on Bookstagram. I know it's been a little bit different for you because you didn't want to get into the full content making part of it. You just wanted to get in on it. Plus, Lulu Moore kind of like really pushed you. So why don't you tell
Yeah.
the listeners about your journey because it's been a little different than mine.
It definitely has been a little different. So you're right with the content thing. I definitely started my Bookstagram just because I wanted to post book reviews. I got really into book reviews, which I don't know if I love or hate myself for it now because now I feel obligated just to keep posting book reviews. But what got me started, like you said, was Lulu Moore. And I feel like I touched on that a little bit in the first episode. It just kind of happened where I was following her from my boring, normal Instagram account. And she was
My
like, I would
page.
follow you. Yeah. No, really, like my boring normal person page. She was like, I would follow you if you made a Bookstagram. And I'm just over here like, okay, really? She said, yeah. And I'm like, okay, cool. So then I made a Bookstagram. And that's just kind of, I mean, you also influenced me to make it. You kept trying to get me to make one for
Yes.
so long.
Yeah, I was like,
And I think like,
come hang out with me.
right. And I think a couple months later, I finally, took the plunge, went on Bookstagram. But really, what held me off from doing it for so long was I had my normal boring person page. I had my boring normal person page. I don't know. I have a page for both of my animals. Well, combined my animals. I had one for my Etsy business that I don't really do unless someone asks me to do something for them specifically. So I just felt that an extra Instagram account would be a lot. So I finally just took the dive off the board, got into Bookstagram, and I'm almost at 1 year on my Bookstagram, which is crazy. But yeah, that's really what got me started. You, Lulu Moore, being bored with my Etsy business and just needing something different. And I've been here for almost a year now. So it's
Wait,
been great.
you talked about your boring personal page and like all the accounts. So like I have my boring personal page and I'm my bio on my personal Instagram. It says probably on my Bookstagram at Gloria's Bookshelf.
I love that. I know.
I'm like
I
probably on my Bookstagram, not going to be on this side of Insta.
It's not that I don't wanna broadcast my Bookstagram, but also it's like it's not for the people back home or the people I grew up with on that Instagram. It's for, like, a specific
Yeah.
side of the internet. So I'm not broadcasting it per se, but I've gotten a lot of new followers recently from people in my personal life. Every time I see them follow me, I message them and I'm like, "Welcome to my Bookstagram. This is where I hang out." And my one of my friends, Miguel, he followed me and he's like, "Now I know where you spend all of your free time." I'm like, "Yeah, pretty much. This is where I am. This is why I'm never on my other Instagram account." But yeah, I've had a lot more friends
Um,
follow me recently and I'm like, "Oh, welcome." Um but yeah, it's becoming not public knowledge, but it's not just strangers
oh,
on the internet anymore. It's a lot of
everyone
people I know.
Everyone that knows I have a Booksta. They know that I'm always doing something for books. I have a Facebook page for my book stuff, but like I also do it a lot more into the content making aspect of it, trying to make an income off of
Mhm.
it. Not like a full income, but everyone can use a little extra here and there.
Yeah, it's a little extra
So I do try.
cash.
Yeah, yeah, the whole $5.22. My light just went out.
$5.22 more than I've made. But I guess that kind of goes into our next topic of our experience on Bookstagram. So, what type of content do you post and who do you tailor it towards? And how has that changed from being on Bookstagram for about a year now? So, from the time you started until now, what have you seen changed on your Bookstagram account?
That's actually kind of a hard question. I would say like who I tailor it toward. I tailor it to any type of reader. Obviously, I read mostly romance, so
Mhm.
if you're not a romance girly, you're probably not gonna like what I like. I don't really read a lot of historical fictions or anything like that, so you're not gonna find that on my type
Sorry,
of.
Danielle. Danielle loves
Um,
historical fiction.
does she really? Yeah, sorry,
Like
Danielle.
the
Not gonna find that
1800s
over here.
shit. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, good for her. Good for her. It's not my
Couldn't
cup
be
of tea.
me.
I tried. I tried. I tried. I remember our first book club, someone recommended a historical fiction, and me and the girl that started the club, we were kind of texting. We're like, "What is this?" It was the first book picked. I was like, "No, I need some smut." in my life.
Right? Something.
Something. But how has it changed? I wouldn't say it's changed. I still have like a lot of people who follow me are just like normal people who aren't bookstagrammers. Like obviously I have a lot of my bookstagrammer girlies who follow me and friends and
Mhm.
fellow just authors and stuff like that. But I do have like a few authors that like I authors, few followers that I do DM with, and they're like, "Hey, give me a book rec. Like I saw you recommend this on your page, and I absolutely loved it. Like, what else could you recommend that's like that?" And I absolutely love those messages. I love connecting with people like that. So I would say like that's kind of my reach now, who I'd like to connect more with. But I also like to just connect with anybody who likes to read book because I get a lot of my book recommendations off of like Booksta or Book Talk. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
So true.
What
Yeah, I
about
feel
you?
like you definitely tailored well, I was gonna say, I feel like you tailored more towards, like, trending content too, and you still do.
Yes.
And I feel like that's
Yeah.
kind of where we really differed, but we're on Bookstagram for the same thing. So that's what I love
Oh
so much about
yeah.
Bookstagram is that you have a little bit of everything.
Yeah. I don't really say like I have a niche. I guess I because everyone's like, here, you gotta find your niche. My niche is just books. So like I don't really have like a niche of what I stick to, I
It's just
guess. I don't know.
books.
It's
That
just
is so
books.
funny.
Anything book related. If it's gonna be trending, I'm gonna be doing it. If it's gonna be funny, I'm gonna be doing it. If it's gonna be book reviews, I'm gonna be doing it. You know, anything kind of
Mhm.
bookish related is kind of what I
Anything that you
just
want.
and whatever feels good. I'm at the point where I need to feel good when I make content. I want to feel like I
Yeah.
connect with it. I don't want to be posting something that's like I don't do trending stuff if it doesn't resonate with who I am either. Like if I feel like I'm like, oh, I could do that. That I agree with. Like that's how I feel too. Then I'm gonna make the type of trending content there is.
Yeah, as you
So,
should, as you should.
yeah. Yes.
But I guess on my end of things, what type of content I post. So I definitely started out with just book reviews. And I went through like a period of time where I read books like in 2 days, but that was also tied to, I'll talk about this a lot. It was tied to a lot of mental health stuff. So I read books. I probably read like 3 or 4 books in a week, which for me now, that's a lot. That's pretty much all I did was read books. And I would just post reviews. So I'd like, make the content. I love doing graphic design. I love making graphics. It's just a fun hobby, passion that I have along with all 80 of my other passions and hobbies. But definitely made a lot of book reviews. I think I've been starting to, I don't know. I don't really do trending stuff. I just post stuff because I want to. I'll see like cute videos or cute posts that multiple people are doing, and I'm like, maybe I'll do it, maybe I won't. But I guess that kind of ties into like the next question of like, what do I tailor my content towards? And I don't really tailor it towards anyone specifically. I guess I just tailor it towards myself. Like I post what I want to post, and that's really it. If you want to follow me because you like what I post, hey girl, hey boy, how you doing? If you don't want to
How
follow
you
me
doing?
because I don't post enough or you don't like what I post, okay, bye. Like that's fine. I'm posting for myself. If you're along for the ride and you love it and you enjoy it, I love you too. If you don't love it and you enjoy it, then bye, goodbye. But
Yeah.
I feel like after being on for a year, that's definitely changed where I'm trying to like be more interactive with my posts and getting in front of the camera as well. Cause I feel like I'm always like taking pictures of my Kindle, but I'm not getting in front of the camera, like opening packages, doing book reviews, like, redecorating my Kindle, redoing my bookshelf. I feel like those are a couple things that I've started to get into more now, and really like at the beginning of this year. So it's pretty recent that there's been more reels on my profile, but I don't know. I feel like that's what's so great about
I'm proud
Bookstagram
of
is that
you.
oh, thank you.
I'm proud
Thank
of you
you.
and
I
your real
know.
journey.
I just never really did any and I don't know why. Just not that I wasn't like comfortable with it, but I'm like that's not me. But now I'm just like I don't know, it's kind of fun like seeing all these videos and I want to like make my own and see like what I can get out of it. And I had
No.
like one
Like I
post that
said, my favorite video of you is when you were skiing and reading Onyx Storm. I was freaking cracking up. I
yeah,
remember when you sent
I
that to me and I was like, this is genius.
I think that was one of the first reels that I posted and like that kind of kickstarted everything. I just had this idea because it was the week that Onyx Storm came out. I was skiing in Canada and I told my husband, I'm like, babe, I have an idea. And he's like, what? And I'm like, I need you to film me while I'm holding my Kindle and skiing, but I need some nice views in the background too. So Yeah, that was a fun reel to make. We did it a couple of times, but that was the best take. I remember sending it to you and I'm like, "Gloria, what do you think of this?" You're like, "Post it right now." So I had to edit it a little
Yes, it
bit
was
and,
so cute. I loved
yeah,
it.
but
Loved it.
yeah, I feel like that's what's changed for me is I guess just the stuff that I'm posting. It's all still similar, the same. It just depends how I'm feeling that day, how I'm feeling that week, if I actually post it or not. But yeah, I feel like that's kind of what changed for me after being on Bookstagram for about a year. And I feel like a lot of people can say that too. You kind of, fade back a little bit, go more into it. But yeah, but it's kind of fun to like talk about what's changed for us because we've been through
I
it since the
know.
start for each other. So
Yes, yes, it's definitely changed a little bit for me, and yeah, I just wing it, to be honest. I wing 90% of my stuff. I just wing it. Just
as long as you enjoy
I
it,
on it.
that's all that matters.
Yeah, yeah, like, I'm not gonna lie, Instagram kind of has made me upset a little bit over the last few days just because, like, I feel like I'm getting like, I'm just losing so many followers lately, and, like, it's like when I post, I lose, like, 10 followers. When I don't post, okay, I get back up to, like get up much. I get back up, like, 4 or 5 followers, and then it's been, like, 4 days since I posted, so I post again, and it's, like, down the tank, and I'm like,
That's so
what?
frustrating.
It's so frustrating. So I've actually had to like turn off my notifications for Instagram. I've had them off for the last 2
Yeah.
days because I'm just like, I just need to like have it like because I'm really bad about my ADHD and I'm like reading and I'm like, oh, let me pick up my phone. So like I'm like half the time I want to put my phone in do not disturb because I'm like, I don't need to be bothered.
No, honestly, I feel that. And definitely, I feel like this could be a whole other conversation. I don't even know if we're going to have time to get into it, but just the pressures of being on Bookstagram and, you know,
Yes.
being on for so long and just kind of like, making sure you're posting
Well,
enough. I
that
feel like
and
that could
like
be a whole other conversation.
yeah, I mean, obviously too for me, like I do a lot of influencer events, and so like they have
Mhm.
obligations to where you need to be posting like weekly, and I'm like, okay,
Couldn't
posting on my story count.
I barely
I only post
post
my story.
a week. I know, but
Yeah,
you're doing
I think
great.
I only
I think
post
you're doing great.
a reel a week. Thank you, thank you.
That's
I
fine. If that's all you
just
can do, that's
yeah.
all you can do. But yeah.
Oh
So,
well, yeah.
well, I guess kind of bouncing off that topic, our favorite part about Bookstagram, just the Bookstagram community
Yes.
and Bookstagram itself. So, why don't you start it off? What is your favorite part about the Bookstagram community and why is it so special? What do you think?
I am honestly my favorite part of it is like because like for me, which you went with me to Wild and Windy, but like you talk to all these other bookstagrammers online, y'all connect through these fictional stories, these books, y'all all can kind of resonate together, and then like if you get the opportunity to meet these people in real life, it is like having these best friends that you didn't know you had, and then you're hanging out with them, and you're like this is like the best thing ever. It is like a big girls group and I absolutely love it. I've had the opportunity to meet so many amazing women this year connecting through books, connecting through these stories, and the fact that the internet brought us all together for over something that we all love and enjoy is just it's just amazing to me. I've enjoyed meeting so many people and I'm going to give a little shout out to like Chelsea, Ashley, all the Ashleys, Steph and
Yes,
Jess and
both of
Sav
them.
and all them. Yes, Tori and all them, they've loved meeting them, loved meeting everybody at Wild and Windy and SRC. It was a true blast. And that's probably been my favorite thing out of it. And obviously, too, connecting with authors I would have never thought authors would be DMing me
Yeah.
and we'd be chit chatting about their books. Like, that is just so surreal.
It's crazy.
I'm friends. I'm friends with an author. Me and Ruth Stealing, which I mentioned to her in our last video. Me and Ruth Stealing were just DMing today, and she was just saying like she was basically bringing up how I've been with her since her first book release, and she's about to release book 6, and she's like, I'm just so thankful you've been with me through this whole ride. I'm like, girl, we're beyond like
Oh,
reader, author, we're
right?
friends. And she goes, yes, we're friends. And I was like, and obviously I've met Ruth and I'm going to get to see her again in August. So I'm super excited and just love her.
Hey, that's so exciting. Yeah, I know.
Yes.
You and Ruth are like bestie girls. Like that's your girl. If you're listening,
Yes.
Ruth, she's always talking about you. Like, Gloria is always talking about Ruth. For a good reason though. Ruth is so sweet. Her books are amazing.
Sweet.
I love you too,
And I
Ruth.
swear, I was telling her today because I'm reading her newest book that's about to be released on May 1st, which is Total Shutdown. I told her, I was like, I don't know how you do it. I said, but I swear, every book you write, the writing just gets better. Like, I think that this book I'm currently reading is my favorite of
I have
all. At least my favorite in this series. Let me say favorite in this series. but I could talk all day about Ruth, so I don't wanna get off
Oh, yeah.
topic.
We
But,
have to get
no, that's
Ruth on
probably my
here so we could talk about her,
yes, but no,
honestly.
like, meeting book friends and connecting and just, I mean, I have friends all over the world now, so it's absolutely surreal and crazy, and that's probably my favorite part of this community and just how everyone's supportive of each other, and it doesn't feel like a competition, and yeah, I
Mhm.
love that.
Yeah. I totally agree with you on that. It's super special to have a corner of the internet where you can just be you. You can post about the things that you want to post about. And no one, like, for the most part, I would say 90 to 95% of the people that I've come across, like, are fantastic on Bookstagram.
Yes.
It's just so special because you meet these people who you literally would never, ever have known or found if it wasn't for one common thing that we all love, which is reading and books. So I think
Yes.
that's the most special part of it, and meeting people in person, just becoming better friends with people that you haven't met. Like, it really feels like you have like true friends on here, and some of those people you've literally never seen a day in your life, but you're like, "I feel like I've known you for like 5 years. What are you talking about? I've never met you in person before." But that's my favorite part, is just all the people and just having a corner of the internet where you just get to talk about all the things that you love, and everyone's here for it.
Yeah.
Every Like you said, all the girls are girls, and everyone's just here cheering you on. They may not have to love the book, love the post, but they're sharing it, they're commenting on it, they're liking it, they're showing you love, they're showing it love. That's what I love the most, is that everyone's just here to support
Yeah.
you, and it's the best. It really is.
Yeah, I love it, I
So,
love it too. It's truly, like you said, the best part of the internet. Going on to our next question, who is your favorite, like, friend, small business that you've connected with through Bookstagram? Which
mm,
I know few
let me
businesses
get
that
my
you've connected with.
list. Let me get my list out. Hold on. Let me just scroll through my
There's so
paper
many small
pad.
bookish businesses that we've connected with, it's so
Oh my
crazy.
gosh. There's like, so I don't know how I found like half of them. I do remember. So the first one I'm going to give a shout out to, Page Creating. So this was right after I read Fourth Wing, and Gloria had been convincing me. Yeah, the Kindle case. I actually have a different case on, but I'll give that business a shout out too when I'm done with the story. I wanted a Kindle case that was Fourth Wing inspired because Gloria had been begging me to read, like, get into like romantasy, and I finally read Fourth Wing. When I say I made this book my personality, I made it my personality. Like, I immediately bought a sweater or a sweatshirt. I bought stickers. I bought a shirt. I was looking for a Kindle case, but just could not find any. So one day on my normal, boring person Instagram, an ad for Page Creating popped up. And I'm like, first of all, why is this not on my Bookstagram? Second of all, okay, I love this case. So I started messaging Paige, and I got I got a couple of her cases actually. And I'm so grateful I found her, because she just has the cutest things. She's the sweetest person. I love supporting her and cheering her on and all of her things. So if you're looking for a fun Kindle case, Page Creating has great designs. Another shout out I want to give is an OG, Read All Day. She's at Shop
Yes.
Read All Day on
Rebecca,
Instagram.
one of my
Literally,
day
yes. Yeah, I actually won this in a giveaway that you two hosted.
oh my gosh, I forgot
And
about that.
and then I became a rep for her. Yeah, I just like, this Kindle case is just me on,
It's
like,
super
printed on a
cute.
Kindle case. Like, I love it so much. So shop Read All Day. Rebecca is just the sweetest, kindest, funniest person. I love her. I love her business. Likely Story Co. is another great Kindle case shop. Just the cutest designs. This, like, the common denominator with all of this is not just the cute designs on the cases and the other stuff they sell, but like, they're just the best and sweetest people ever too. They're not there to
Yeah.
like just try to get you to buy stuff or to sell you stuff. Like, they genuinely care about you, and they're great people, great human beings. 256 Craft Co. is another one I was a rep for. Love her dearly. Booksy.
Yeah, I was waiting some where's the
Yeah.
Bixby bag?
I'm telling you, I have so many, like, just so many businesses I've connected with. But Booksy is another one. I have like one of their bags. I have what is it? A belt bag that I just, it's literally attached to me outside of the house, not inside, because I
So
always
you
got my
always
Kindle
have a belt
case.
bag.
I got my Kindle right near me. However, I have my belt bag strapped on me. But yeah, those are just some of the businesses that I love and I've connected with, but I know you have some too, so why don't you share those?
Yes, so probably my most favorite one is gonna be the Mellow Mug, which is owned by Britt.
Mm,
Which I'm currently wearing one of my hoodies by her. Absolutely love this
yay,
hoodie.
love that.
But I have probably have I have so many sweatshirts and pullovers from her that I bought this year. Pretty much gonna have to have Matt build me a new section in my closet because I just have so many. But Brittany just has made so many cute designs, and her embroidery is just amazing. I think it's the bookish bookshop queen. I want to give away from her and her sweatshirt that I have. It's probably one of my most favorite to wear too. It's super comfy. Ladyish Creative, who I'm a rep for, she drops seasonal stuff. Very cute. I have a bunch of cute Christmas ones from her that I got this past Christmas. And her Valentine's design were super cute. I still need to try to go and get one of those shirts that she had. Oh gosh, there's just so many small businesses. I feel like
I
I'm
know.
forgetting. Just it's like I'm not gonna lie, y'all, it's 10 o'clock at night where I'm at right now, so it is my bedtime. But
Very cool.
yeah, I have there's just so many that I could give shout outs to. But I would probably say like
Mhm.
the Mellow Mug is I'm excited because I'm gonna get to meet Britt this summer in Knoxville, Tennessee. I
That's
remember
so
messaging her and
fun.
I was like, oh, and it was super cute because I just ordered another sweatshirt from her, and she wrote in my card, she goes, "Can't wait to squeeze you," and I was like, ah, that's so excited.
Oh, I love that. That's so fun when you get to, like, meet people that you've been talking to for so long, and again,
Yes.
that's the best part about Bookstagram is, all of
Well,
these small
in
businesses
June,
that you go,
yeah, in June, I'm meeting my friend Kayla, who has probably been with me since day one. We both started our Bookstagram around the same time, and she's going to be in Nashville for like a day. And I said, "Girl, I'm coming. I live not that
right?
far from
You're like,
Nashville." I said,
"I'll
"I
be
will
there."
drive. I'll be there." I was like, I will drive, and we will meet."
Oh,
I'm
love
super
that. See,
excited.
that's the best part is, like, you just get to see all these people that you never would have like, a day in Nashville, if
Yeah,
you didn't know her, like, just so random, you know? But I know,
yeah, I know.
that's the best part. There's so many great small businesses. I love it. I just love finding them, supporting them, hyping them up, sharing their stuff. Truly, that's, like, the
Yes.
best thing you could do. If you can't buy something from them, share their stuff, comment, like, whatever
Yes,
you
I
need
know.
to do.
I need to get more cases. I've been rocking the one that I have from Page Creating that I wanted to give away, but I'm like I need to get more, but I don't know. I guess it's like I get attached. It's like, you know me, I didn't never
Yeah.
had a case until I got this case and now I'm like attached because I love this case so much. So I'm like, what do I get next? Like, I don't know. I just get
Yeah.
attached to what I like and I don't change it out.
Yeah, but I love Bookstagram with my whole heart and soul. I'm so happy. If you're ever thinking about making one, just make it. Even if you're not
Just
on
do
it, you
it.
still get to interact with the best people. It's truly the best. No regrets, not
Do
even one
it.
letter. You know.
Oh no. You
But
know. Well, on to our
but
next
yeah.
question. Connections to indie authors and arcs.
Yeah. That this is going to be a fun one to talk about. Do you want to explain what arcs are? Cuz I feel like maybe someone's listening that doesn't know what it is. Do you want to
ARC
explain that?
or ALC is advanced readers copy or advanced listeners copy. So basically, this means that you get the book after it's been edited before it's published. So before it's published to the world, before it's public, you get to read it, you get to review it for these authors that get you do have to apply for them and get them. But I love having arcs. Don't get me wrong. Arcs can get a little overwhelming if you apply for a lot of them
Yes.
because they don't tell you when you get them. So like you may get bombarded with like four different arcs within like 3 days. Like now that I've been in it and I've learned the art game, I've learned when to apply, what to apply for, and how to go about it. And obviously, when you
Mhm.
get into the influencing part of Bookstagram, you get on people's content team, so you don't have to apply for their arcs at that point anymore. And don't feel bad too if you get denied for an arc. I just got denied for an arc today. It
Take it as a
happens.
blessing.
Well, no, I
Take it.
really want this book. I'm really hoping
Oh, yeah.
it's for Rebecca. It's for Rebecca Jinchek's newest book, and Valentine PR never approves me for any of their arcs, so it shouldn't surprise
It's
me.
so
So I'm
interesting.
really hoping that her assistant will just reach out to me like she has in the past. Because remember, I've gotten denied in the past, and then they've reached out to me personally. So I'm just keeping my fingers
Mm,
crossed that be like,
it's gonna
hey,
happen
I was
again.
yeah, like, can I please get the arc again?
Hello.
I can't wait for it. Which was me and Rebecca. We're girls at this point.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You and Rebecca are besties too, but Yeah, I love getting arcs, and I would say if there's anything I could suggest for someone to get more arcs if they were looking for that is to make a bookstagram. I was really
Yes.
fortunate to get an arc on my normal boring person Instagram.
I didn't
It
know
was
that.
by an indie author. Yeah, yeah, Always You by Amanda Michelle, and that made me like I had snot coming out of my nose because I was crying so hard. I love her books. Yeah, I got one on her from her when I was on my normal boring person Instagram, and I kept applying for more and I was getting denied because number 1, my account was not public, and number 2, when especially indie authors and just authors in general, they want people who have a public account, number 1. They want people who consistently post reviews to Goodreads, post reviews to TikTok or Instagram, and also post to Amazon. So that's really the 4 things they're looking for. I did none of those. So, to no surprise, I got denied a lot. However, once I started writing reviews for books I had previously read, started posting on Goodreads, Amazon, I started getting more arcs. So, those are the 4 things I would recommend if you want to get more arcs. I've had like a couple friends that are not on Bookstagram ask like, "How do you get an arc? What do?" You just apply for it. Like they'll see authors be like, "Oh, I have a sign up for my book. Get an arc
Yeah.
today." And sometimes you'll get approved, sometimes you'll get denied, but really having a Bookstagram, that should be your first step if you want arcs. I don't know if you can add anything to that you've noticed with arcs and getting them.
I would think I'd say it just depends on author too, because you do have your bigger, like traditionally published authors who are published with Bloom or Zando
Yeah.
or, Avon and Atria, all those biggers. Those are a little bit harder to get. I've only gotten an arc through Atria, I think once, and that was My Dream Girl Drama by Tessa Bailey. And I actually emailed the whole publishing company. I was like, "Hey, I'm really interested in this. I just read this book. I got her previous book as an ebook on NetGalley, which NetGalley is an online platform to where you can apply for e arcs as well on there. Atria reached out to me and they're like, "Hey, yeah, what's your address? We're gonna send you." So I actually got a whole physical copy of an advanced reader's copy, and then
Oh.
obviously yeah, and then I'm on Bloom's influencer team. So I lucked out getting on that this year. I was so excited, but I've gotten a lot of cool PR packages of advanced readers copies. I've gotten at least 2 from Bloom. And so, there's just random options, random opportunities that you can get. Like for me right now, arcs wise, unless I'm on a content team or an influencing team, I'm not really applying for arcs unless like I did just
Mhm.
apply for one for Haley Dickert one. I just met Haley. She's super sweet. This is her book that she's about to put out, and it's been a while since she's put a book out. So I was like, "Hey girl." And I know she was approving anybody. So I think it just depends
Mhm.
on the author.
That's
Cause
true.
like if they're a little bit indie, but they have kind of a following, okay, sometimes like they have a limit on what they can put arcs out. Like I was just saying about Rebecca Jinchak. She goes through Valentine PR, which is like a PR company that has a sign up for her. But then sometimes she can pick and choose because, like, I'm on Rebecca Jinchek's influencer team. So a lot of times they
Mhm.
do personally, like, "Hey, do you want this arc? Do you want these PR box
True.
opportunities?" So I think it just depends on how deep you get into it. Because like
Yeah.
I said, it's just hit or miss. Because right now I think I'm only on like 4 arc teams, influencer teams, and then
That's a
I'm
lot.
yeah. Well, luckily they had all don't come out with books at the same exact time.
That's nice.
I'm on Ruth Stillings, I'm on Bella
Yes.
Matthews, I'm
Same,
on Catherine
same.
Cowles, Rebecca Jinchaks. Those are my 4 main. 4 is a good number for me. And luckily they all don't
Yeah.
come out with the books around the same time. So it's like they come out one. So like I had Catherine's book and then I had Bella's book and now I have Ruth's book and then next I'll have Rebecca's book. So it's and then Ruth's gonna be coming out with another book in July, or I think it's the summer. I think it's July, but like it's gonna just kind of follow the line, so it kind of works out.
Yeah, and I think too, like you mentioned content and ARC teams. So ARC teams are basically like you apply for it and you're guaranteed that you get an ARC for every release, and then you're helping do like the release boost and release post and like blurb reveals, just all that stuff. And then you'll post your
Huge.
review when the book
Yeah.
releases. But content teams, you're making content for these books, not just posting and reading the arcs. However, you do also get the arcs. So I would say content teams have a little more work to them, just as far as creating the content, in addition to reading the book and creating the arc. It just depends like
Yeah.
how much you want to get into it. Like you said, Gloria, like if you want to really get into it, go for a content team. Like if you love making graphics and you love creating stuff, authors love that so much, especially when it's original and you're just finding stuff from all these different places on the internet and making it yours. So yeah, I feel like if you
Yeah,
want to
and they
apply
tell you
for,
too and they tell you too when you apply what the expectations are. Because 'cause I'm pretty sure,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
most of the authors that I know, they want you just post at least to your stories once, like,
Mm-hmm.
can't even think of the word. Basically, like, promoting their newest book that's coming out. Because most of the time, they have content already
Yeah.
made. They're like, they just want you to reshare that. And so that's what I do a lot for on my side. Because most of the I usually just stick to, like, the reviews or, like, for Ruth, obviously, or not just Ruth, but, like, I've done it for a few other authors, but I will post, like, a reel with my book reading reaction and, like, a clip
Mm,
it quote from the book. That's been a very big hot take for me. A lot of people gravitate towards that and just
gotta do what you gotta do.
yeah,
But yeah, I think if you want to apply for a content team or an art team, just do it. Like worst case is you get told no. They're always
yeah,
looking to open up spots, especially with new releases as they grow their following. So if I just say whatever you want to do, apply for it, worst answer you get is no. You'll never know unless you
yeah.
do it. So that's my recommendation. But
And if you're
arcs
really
can be
trying to
really
get into the game, if you're really trying to get into the game, you want to jump into the content making, you want to get on all this stuff, I would advise creating an email strictly for book stuff because it
good
could
point.
get super lost in your personal email if you have a lot of like junk mail. Cause like, when you're online, do yeah, send me all these codes and your email just gets cluttered up with that. I will say I have a
Yeah.
whole separate email just for my book stuff. So it's easy for me
Hmm.
to not get lost or miss opportunities. People who want to come to me about collaborations, whatever, I have my email listed in my bio. They email me directly instead of DMing me. And now be careful. You do have to watch scammers. Sometimes that happens. I have almost been scammed before. So just beware and just kind of think like, oh, is that real? Because most of the time, if you're like, is this real? It's not real.
Good point about
But yeah,
scammers.
do you remember when
Yeah.
I thought Stanley had emailed me?
Oh my
I was
gosh.
over the moon. I was over the moon, and then it turned out to be a scam. I was like, I could
Ah,
cry.
so close yet so far away.
I
But
know.
but yeah, so really just with anything, if you want it, go after it. You'll never know until you do it. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's really all that we had as far as our Bookstagram community, talking about like ourselves on Bookstagram. I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to add before you do our little Q&A at the end.
No, let's dive into these questions that we got from the last time we put out a little questionnaire.
All right. Do you want to do the first one?
Yeah, I'll do the first one. All right.
Okay.
I'm asking you? I'm asking. I'm gonna ask you this question. Here we go. Well, you'll just answer it.
Okay.
How do you balance reading in real life? Like, how do you balance reading in your daily life? If y'all could see
Pass.
Maddie's face,
Pass.
life has been
Oh,
life and open.
something just fell. So sorry if y'all heard that. Yeah, life has just been life in on my side of the country. I I don't balance it very well, I will be honest. Is it balanced? Sure. Are the scales tipping? Yes. Which way? Depends on the day. Truly, I don't know. If anyone has an answer to this question, please message me at not your Kindle history. I don't have an answer to it. It's just we're adults. We have responsibilities. Some of us have kids, pets, jobs, moving, other obligations. I don't think there's a rhyme or reason to the perfect way to balance reading and life. It's definitely a day by day thing. I would say I do really try to read at least a chapter a day. Some days I read half a book. Not very often anymore, but it's possible. Other days I'll read a few chapters. Sometimes I open my Kindle, read 2 pages, and fall asleep. I just make it a goal to read every day. And that's really it for me. I don't have a perfect way to balance it. I don't do it well. But what about you, Gloria?
No, I kind of agree with you. For someone like I'm like what kind of what Maddie said earlier in the episode. Like I used to be able to read like two to three books within a week, and with the way that the content game and influencing has kind of turned into a kind of a job a little bit,
Mm,
reading kind of gets put on the back burner a little bit because you're trying to make all this do all this it basically do an extra job when I also work a full-time job and I have a kid, and being a wife, and we have dogs and just living life, been traveling a
it's a
lot lately,
lot.
so that's kind of bit into the reading. Like over the last 2 weeks I probably finished two books on my Kindle. Audiobooks I can usually smash at least an audiobook a week because I have such a long commute, but right now the audiobook I'm doing, it's a romantasy, so it's a little bit longer.
Mm,
But yeah, so there I haven't been reading as much frequently because life has been life, and so really kind of like you, I read every day. I read any chance I get, and then I just don't pressure myself into it. I just kind of go with
yeah,
it. Just want it to feel comfortable. So yeah.
agreed. Agreed. But going on to our next question, what is the best book
Okay.
mail you've ever received?
My gosh.
I
When
feel
we
like you've
first
received a
originally,
lot.
I've received a lot, and I'm currently getting a whole bookshelf, and I think that's going to exceed the top of my
That's
list. When like
pretty.
I'm getting a 360 rotating bookshelf, y'all. I'm so excited. But when I can show you right now, if you're watching this, I actually pulled this out because I forgot about this when we originally recorded this episode. But this thing has been used every day, and I absolutely love it. And if you're seeing this, it is this Kindle holder with a little snack, and it's
Oh,
like a little pillow. I
I
absolutely
love that.
love this thing. I love this thing. I put it on my couch with my Kindle on there. I do have a little clicker. Like I'm lazy. And you put my little clicker on there, throw a little snacky on the other side, and I just zone out with this thing. I absolutely love it. I use it almost daily, if not every other day. But if you want one, if you follow me, this is linked in my bio. This thing is hands down so cool. And I'm so thankful that this company reached out to me and sent it to me. And y'all should get one. I know, Maddie, you're going to need to get one because this thing is awesome.
I know. I know. I'm in the process of about to be moving. The
I
less I
know.
have to
I
move,
know.
the better. However, once I move
When you get
and
there,
I'm
when you get there,
when I get there,
just,
I'm gonna get one.
yeah, you're going to
But
be there for a little while. So
yeah, yeah. So I'll have an excuse to get one. But I love that. That thing is so freaking cool. It reminds me of like I think it's the same brand as the gooseneck holder that I have. I think I mentioned that to you. I because
hold on, let me
I
see if
love
I
my
can
gooseneck
look up.
holder.
Let me see if I can look up the exact brand, because they did email me.
I guess while you're doing that, I'll mention my favorite
Omni
bookish mail.
Selected. Selected is the name. That's when they
Oh,
reached out to me. Yeah, but basically it's a tablet stand, e-reader, pillow holder. 10 out of 10 recommend. Thing is awesome.
love that. But
Yes. What about you, Maddie? What
yes,
is the best bookish mail you got?
mine would have to be my Booksy bag, the belt bag. So I got one of the purses, Nomadic, the Booksy Nomadic, a purse. It fits your Kindle. It has just so like I took it with me on my trip to Europe. I used it every single day. I could take my Kindle, cause gotta take those pictures for content, right? We're content creators. I had my
Yes.
Kindle, Fujifilm camera, just like all the little stuff you need in a purse. Love that bag so much. And then Booksy reached out and asked if I would want to make a video in exchange for their bag. And I'm like, hell yeah, I do. I was like jumping through the roof when I got the people that were at the mailbox probably thought I was a fucking psychopath because I was so excited when I got it out of the mailbox. But I truly I love Booksy so much. Well, number one, I'm a military spouse. The owner's also military too. So they do have a military discount, which is really nice and always appreciated. So I love that about them. But I just love their products. So when they sent that to me, I have not used it. Like it has been used every single day. My Kindle's always on me. It has a pocket for it. I posted a review for the bag too, but that was my favorite bookish mail. I love it so much.
I know we just did some fun book content with it, or took some photos with it when we were in Temecula.
Hmm.
I had some, yeah,
Oh
Booksy
yeah.
bag.
Oh yeah, I got to show that Booksy bag. But yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's
That
it.
kind of wraps up
But
this episode.
yeah, I feel like we talked about so much. I mean, it's been
I
almost an
know.
hour, so it's
I know we
crazy.
try to cut this so much shorter.
Didn't work. Didn't work very well,
It's
but
okay. It's okay.
yeah, thank y'all for listening, for tuning in for episode 2 about, the book community and bookish friends. We appreciate y'all for listening, tagging along as we just, have our bi-weekly chats about all things bookish. This is like an official one, and
Yes.
we are usually talking at least one other time on FaceTime. So we hope y'all loved this and enjoyed it, and we can't wait for y'all to listen to more content that we create.
Yeah, thank y'all for listening, and we'll be back with some more. Thanks for the next episode. Our ideas are going to be really fun.
Yep. So if y'all have any ideas, anyone you want to see on our podcast, feel free to shoot us a message. We'd love to hear from you. And keep sending us your questions because we'd love to end these sessions with a Q&A from y'all. So we love
Yeah,
y'all. We appreciate
we
y'all.
love you.
Episode 2, we're out.
We're out. Love y'all. Bye.